Okay, so before we write any code for bubble sort, let's remind us quickly how actually bubble sort works. So for example, if I take a list like something like this, oh, okay, if I take something like this, a list 9, 0, 10, -1, I mean, doesn't matter what is there. This is my list. Now, how bubble sort work is this, if you can remember, you just take a pair of those, checking this value with the previous value. If the value is smaller, which it need to be swapped, the swap that place. It goes there, it comes here, becoming like this, and then checking the next element again, next pair, this value, that value. If it need to be swap. In that case, we don't need to do that, so it doesn't swap this time. Then again, next one, it take this pair and checking their value and so forth, like this, all down to the end. And then again, it comes back in the beginning, checking again and checking again until all of them is right order. So that is the main idea of bubble sort, right? So now let's say how we can achieve this writing a Python code. So let's say we have a list of number. We'll give it this and any number, just choosing randomly whatever in my mind is coming. This 0, 4, whatever, right? So this is the list. Now, as we saw earlier, that all we need to do is checking this element with the previous one, and then next time this element with the previous one, this element with the previous one, right? So of course we need a looping system, and as you're going through forward with a for loop. So for I in range, now we are checking this value with the previous value. So logically what I'm going to do is start from the first element, so I can check it the previous one, and we are the range gonna finish at the length of my list, right? Now, so that is my looping system. I'm gonna check forward, and now I need a selection. If it is the case, do that or not do that. So if I would say, so if this is my I value, you can easily tell me that this is my I minus. So if my index is I, this is I minus 1 index, right? So I'm writing if index I minus 1 is greater than I. So this is I minus 1 is this position, I is this position. We're checking if this is bigger. All you need to do is swap their value. And in Python, it's very easy to do. Just write them with comma separation and then just write in other order. So I is getting I minus 1's value and I minus 1 getting I's value. And that is solving part is done. And we are asking Python just do that now. So before we do anything else, let's print this. What happens? I want to see that. Okay. So if I run this, as we can see, it's all already did some of those. -1 is goes forward, my 0 is in the wrong place. 3 come forward, 10 push down to the end. So it's doing it, but it's not doing as I'm expected. And the reason might be, you can see what happens is this. I start from this position, go one run, and then stop. But that's not what we want to do. We want this is just one pass. We want it comes back again and checking all of those elements, another pass and another pass until all of them been sorted. So that means we really don't know how many times Python needs to go and check back to all of these elements. How many times Python needs to run this for loop. And for that reason, I am just introducing a infinite loop with while. So while true, what while true is doing, it makes infinite loop and saying just keep running this for loop, keep running this for loop. So if I press on run, what gonna happen is keep running unlimited time. It doesn't know when to stop. I need a mechanism. Tell Python, okay, when this been done, just stop. How I can do that? Now, here is the thing. I'm going to make a variable, and the beginning I give it a boolean value false, and I give it a nice name. You can give it a name. It's a swap. I'm saying, okay, in the beginning, before running this code, no swap is made, right? Now you start running. Now, every time you do a swap, when you're running from this point to this point, a for loop is running from this point to this point. If any swap is made, what you're going to do is just change my value of this variable. Set the value true of swap. Then you come back again. Now, for example, what happens is this. So for I in range I to len of L, it just give one pass, and if any swap is making, it comes true, right? And then at it is while true, which is the infinite value, infinite loop, my is come back again here and checking. Now it comes with the value swap equals true, but as soon as it comes here, the value of swap is become false again. We set this false, and then we give one more run. Now again, if any swap made, my for loop is setting the swap value to true, and then it come back again here and checking and see that okay, it needs to put the value back to false. It's just keep running, keep running, keep running. In one time, obviously there is a time gonna come when there is no swap to be needed. That means if no swap is done, my for loop is not putting the value of swap to true. It is still comes with swap equals false and keep as it is same way, right? So this is the my breaking point. I will say when you finish with that and no swap is done, if is still my swap remain false, you just break. That's it. You don't need to run anymore. Just break my while loop, break my spell. No more infinite loop. Just break it and come out and print there. So now see what's gonna happen here. And as you can see now, it's nicely sorted, right? So this is a simple way to do a bubble sort. It's quick and easy. I hope it helps. Thank you.